Quotas. I just read the 2009 sales compensation survey, and one of the interesting pieces of information that came out of that is more than 75% of the companies reported that their reps aren't going to make quota this year. And in more than 25% of the companies, most of their reps aren't going to hit quota. That's a pretty sad state. But there's a bigger problem. I don't even believe in quotas or goals. Now, I'll tell you why. How many of you have somebody in your company in charge of finance? Good. Other than you, right? You all other than you. Okay, so you close out the quarter, and your CFO or your controller or your bookkeeper comes to you and says, what's your first name?
Rob.
Rob, great news. We closed out the books for the month of October, and we were able to account for 92% of your money. Excited?
Not really.
What are you doing with that CFO?
You're probably going to can him.
Bye. I mean, you would not stand for anything less than 100% reconciliation of your money. 92%? That's a joke. How many of you manufacture something? Show of hands. Up high. Okay, so you all have somebody in charge of quality control. So at the end of the month, your quality control engineer comes to you and says, Brian, great news. We did the quality control analysis for the month of October, and we hit 96.1 on quality, which is, you know, if you're looking for 99.9999999%, you're way off the mark, and that 3-point-something% could cost you tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in inefficiencies. Not acceptable. Yet, the sales manager comes to you and says, what's your first name? Vic?
Yes.
Good news, Vic. We hit 95% of budget last month. And you know, things have been so bad that we start high-fiving and backslapping 95%. That's a great month. We're celebrating. That's failure. It's failing. Anything under 100%, you failed. We can't be celebrating failure. Things won't change if we're celebrating failure. So I don't believe in quotas or goals. I believe in overachieving. And from this point on today, the only thing I will talk about is the concept of overachieving. It's how do we get every salesperson to perform at or over the expected number. Overachieve. So not did you hit goal. Not hitting goal is not acceptable. Did you hit quota? Not hitting quota is not acceptable. It's how much over the number are we? So going back to the right people question, do you have the right people in place that you can count on to consistently overachieve from this point forward?